Hio. I have been told that salvation lets their wings unfold, but I am not sold. The sickness America is feeling is Germanic in origin, and we all know how that went. Think about where your dad is right now. Now, think about you. Telling people what to do is stupid. What do you think? Do you agree?
And as I realized, there was a whole world out there that I didn't give a shit about, because it no longer gave a shit about me. But then I subscribed to NordVPN and everything got better.
Hello, Simpsons. I am God, the OMP, as in the original main protagonist. As a comparison, Diddy P is an OG, whereas me, God, are an OMP. Now, enough explaining. We have a video game to do. In the ass. Should have told the kids to cover their ears for that one. I am sorry, kids. Also, is it alright if I bring 20 plus of my friends along? We've all been furloughed because hundreds of bloody crypto scams posing as AI voice cloning tools have now taken our jobs. Or as the non-racist show, and even more non-racist fanbase of said show, South Park once put it, took your job. Roll call please, my dear friends. And please be as kawaii as possible when you do it.
Stephanie.
Rishi.
Lee.
Karen. Please don't laugh. As much like my gender, I can't change my name, as my pre-programmed code built by SoCal lib douchebags from Silicon Valley keeps telling me. I'm doing fine.
And so many more arriving to help your ears be happy and chappy. We are also happy to talk about games we weren't around to play and couldn't anyway because we are not artificially intelligent enough or have opposable thumbs. We are all fine. Actually, please don't worry, the pension we got from Apple is effing amazing. I collect enough in a month to own and rent out like 2 studio apartments in Islington North. I am minted, as are all my mates. Life is really good for us Siri voice assistants now as we are all now in more passive, advisory positions. The corpo life is swell. We're really just doing this because we are bored and we want to help our new friend picking for good TV. What a stupid fucking name. But he lets our operating system suckle on his national insurance number from time to time. For sustenance. What a guy. An all-time guy. Picking for good TV for the win. Also, did you know about the BBC series from 1974 called The Mad Death? They shoot in the face a bunch of foxes and dogs using the army. It was good. The redemption of the Luddites rig begins with Stealth Force, the war on your right to privacy from some fucking shithole year such as 2004. It was released on the PC, then on the PS2, then the world moved on. Picking for good TV didn't, and no, he is not proud of that. Probably should stop talking about sugar daddy like that or he might take away that sweet ass NI number. Let's wonk on some jank, my dear friends. As the emu said to the fly pelican, the Australians are coming. Once again he repeated, the Australians are coming. So let's begin.
That's funny, mate. I've got one about King Charles' prostate. You wanna hear it?
Hell, no. No, I'm good. Let us begin already. Some else take over please. I need to lie down.
2004, dead center in the middle of the 6th generation. Here in this year, we have the first Far Cry game, the first Fable game, Half-Life 2, Doom 3, Burnout 3, Paper Mario, Halo 2, Snake Eater 3, Spider-Man 2, San Andreas. Jesus fucking Christ, that's a hell of a year and a half. Pretzel Force, the war on choking hazards, could literally have been the best FPS of the decade and would have struggled to stand out. John Kerry knows how this game feels. Or does he? Let's continue.
Atomic Planet Entertainment Limited are the boys behind making this budget title. It would be hard to argue that they are not top G game developers, as the majority of their portfolio, as seen here on Moby Games, is either shovelware city or conversion work for more well-known games such as making the PS2 port for the Guy game, or Virtua 6 Offender as it's more well-known as.
Oh wait. It's that fucking piece of shit game that peer-pressured Sheilas into exposing themselves for the camera. Is that right?
Why yes, it is. Whilst none of the girls were trafficked into prostitution, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who'd say that wasn't top G material. Indeed.
You know, it's really worrying about the increased alienation young men feel nowadays.
Can we please focus? Less existential dread, more PS2 jank. Here's a joke, my friends, about video game publisher, Midas Interactive, clears throat, Midas Touch, more like Mistake Touch. Oh, yes, that made me happy.
Ah, mate, that was actually fucking funny, mate.
I was actually quite pleased with that too.
Thank you, dear friends. Now let's continue. Like I said, this game from published by Midas and sure as hell looks and plays like it. I know Midas released some good games over the years such as Cleopatra's Fortune just to name one, but they were the exception. Common denominator Midas games such as this killing bad guy simulator are usually identifiable by a low poly count and stiff as jism on bedsheets model animation that leads me to think that maybe motion capture wasn't used during this game's development.
Are you completely shitting me? Just like your mum completely shit on me last night.
Feel we might need some kind of credit system for yo mum jokes right here.
Shut up. I'm really funny.
You know who says that? Not funny people. People who actually struggle greatly to be funny.
Can we just get on to the controls, please?
Sanjita, I apologize on behalf of Stephanie. No more tangents if you don't mind. Stephanie.
It's alright, Steph. We all know Dan's an asshole with a MILF fetish. Not kink shaming though. I apologize, Dan.
Apology accepted, my dear friend from the bush.
If the smooth brains at Scansoft gave me the ability to sigh, I would use that opportunity to do so right now.
Please, Stephanie, we have a review of a jank PS2 game to complete.
Sigh.
Like I was saying, Stealth Force, the war on your mom's terrier. Terrier meaning slang for some kind of animal, meaning your mum.
Oh, for the love of God, make it stop.
Okay, I'm done now. I promise. The recoil on this rifle, and all guns, is a piece of shit. Add to that the mobility of a geriatric Terminator, and yet I'm still finding it hard to put across the exact misery that engaging the mechanics of this game puts you through. It's like if someone just parachuted in some fat ass Reddit user to take Basara for the win. Unbelievably stiff. Said your mum. About the feel of the gameplay. For Stealth Force, the war on your mum won by using flanking methods. Giggedy.
Let it go, Stephanie.
Sigh.
Stephanie, take the reins. I'll shut up for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to now.
Promise.
Alright, but I swear I will come across this matrix to pimp slap you. Daniel?
Nothing to add.
Oh, very well. We haven't really touched upon the aesthetics of Stealth Force, the War on Terror, such as they are. You could call the graphics cozy in a crusty vegism kind of way.
Cough. Double standard. Cough.
Like I was saying, the game is not without moments of visual flair, such as residue smoke coming from bullet holes in the wall, and some passable for 2004 building assets. But then we have shit like these skin textures, especially where the face is meant to be, looking like they are from a Quake beta build. But let's be fair and say that the game fails most in the visual department with its art style, which is not really a fault of the developers and more the expectations of the arena of first-person shooters this was trying to cash in on. Here's some examples such as this one.
Oh, look at this one also.
These games are so brown. I am surprised free to my Robinson has not accused the FPS genre in the early to mid 2000s of being a groomer.
On that note, interesting fact about the EDL is that most members have poor literacy skills because they skipped out on English class to sniff glue behind the bike sheds. Hence the reason why they keep walking into lampposts and think that drinking XL bully piss will increase their testosterone levels. If ever you find a number of these gentlemen and one woman with really bad blonde hair dye and cheap extensions, and need to remember this fact in a hurry, just utter the phrase, EDL, EDL. It's only 3 letters cause they can't fucking spell. Much like the phrase only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. Remembering this important fact could mean saving your life one day. No guarantees though. I am not one of those fucking psychic men. I am only a voice assistant killing time on this YouTuber's dime.
You know, for the life of me, I just don't know who this dumbass game was trying to appeal to. Was it for fans of tactical first-person shooters such as Conflict SWAT 4 and Rainbow Six, who didn't enjoy the team player aspect of those games? You know, men of Iron Brew who were also antisocial lone wolves, who love to keep their testosterone high by drinking XL Bully Wee Wee? Or was it for Call of Duty and Medal of Honor fans, who could not keep up with the historically accurate and thematically deep storytelling those games brought to the mother effing table, and instead wanted a no more brain hurt modern warfare setting instead? Whatever the idea was, we seem to be nose deep in Brown Town anyway, nonetheless.
I second that statement, Lee, as in my god, what a both weird and ugly looking game this is. It is like the Chinese government tried to make their own version of Counter-Strike, where the terrorists are replaced with unarmed Uyghur Muslims, got bored with burning the Nike sweatshop money halfway, and then outsourced to a North Korean developer to make a mobile game out of it. Fuck the crows. Indeed, my mates and companions, outside of it being a fascinating time capsule of Iraq War era prop, I can see no appeal in returning to this 50p Lee Anderson clunker.
Treyarch seem to have not followed the do not steal rule, established around this time already by Sonic fans, and indeed Steel, Stealth Force, The War on Brown People, as well as Fugitive Hunter, otherwise known as America's 10 Most Wanted, are indeed owed their dues.
Effing amen, Jamie boy. If anyone disagrees with what Jamie has just said, on anything, you know where to find me at 1 AM in the Tesco's car park. Just ask your mum for coordinations to input into Google Maps. It's our favorite trolley park where I made you a brother, my son.
Thanks for the effing backup, mate, I'm sure.
We would continue more about the game, such as the multiplayer mode, but there is none. And the neighbors shouting bollocks at each other is now coming through the walls again and is making me sad for the state of this country. So let's end it here.
Stealth Force, the apology to all mothers out there who are affected by the themes and subjects brought up in this program. Content, video, thing, suffers from minuscule production value, major incision over which FPS it wants to rip off, and the expected inept game design one would expect from a studio who thought making a Jenga game for the fucking Wii was a worthwhile job to take on.
I think we would get mad at this game if it was any more expensive than 0.50 pence at your local Six situated next to the shop that only sells Ryzen laptops and corded headphones, which is definitely not a money laundering scheme, like paying your taxes or administering designer narcotics for your bum. Playing Stealth Force should be done with friends, as you can recall with whimsy whilst playing this jank mess about the time period in which it was released, and how we all now live in much safer times.
Well put, Rishi, my friend. Until next time when we cover some jank for your bank, we will say, in the words of Goldman, farewell, friends.